telling you how far have they gone in trying to solve the maze, or who was it behind the attack yesterday?
Yeah. So, Zaka, through the day, we've been picking up what agencies and police sources have been telling us. One, that ammonium nitrate has been found abundantly at the site here where the blast took place. So that is, of course, pointing the connection to this entire Faridabad module that has been busted by the agencies just in the run-up to this blast. What remains to be seen, though, is whether the DNA samples of Dr. Umar Nabi, who's a suspected bomber in this case, in the car, in that I-20 car, whether his DNA samples via his family matches, because there is, of course, yet his remains are yet to be identified. What we do know is that his car was parked for roughly 3 hours right where I am, close to the Suneri Masjid parking. And he didn't get out of the car. That is what the police is saying after scanning the CCTV footages. He didn't get out of the car for 3 hours. So why was he sitting in the parking and in the car? And then he took his car out around 6:49. And in a few minutes from then, there was a blast that took place at the red light right in front of Red Fort. So, of course, even as the FSL teams, etc., have collected evidence, they are going to go through the lab, formalities. But what we are being told is that there is very much a link that is coming to light between what transpired at the Red Fort and what could be this Faridabad Al Falah University module. My colleagues Arunima, Anshul, Ananya and others have also been, collating a lot of this information on record. We only know what the Home Minister has said after doing the review meetings earlier today, which is that the instructions are that each and every one of the conspirators and perpetrators should be brought to book. For more on that, let me go across to my colleague Arunima, who's joining us. Arunima, which way is the investigation focusing on?
So the National Investigation Agency has just taken over the probe from Delhi Police, also from Faridabad Police, Jammu and Kashmir Police, as well as Uttar Pradesh Police. Even though individually Jammu and Kashmir Police, Faridabad and Uttar Pradesh Saharanpur Police will continue to do their own probe, this all now seems connected, and therefore NIA will look at their investigation as well. It's possible that more than one FIR is registered, not just for the Delhi car blast case, but also for radicalization, for putting up posters that Naugam Srinagar case that Jammu and Kashmir Police is probing. Investigators essentially are focusing on 4 questions. First and foremost, who's the handler? It is suspected that there was a Telegram, radicalization module, more than one platform on Telegram that was being run. And all these people who have been arrested, as well as Dr. Umar, who's been killed, they were radicalized on that platform. So first and foremost, even though it is suspected that Jaish-e-Mohammed was behind this attack, who was it that was behind this? Who is the handler? That's question number 1. Second, from where was the explosive procured? That's a very important question. My colleagues Anvit and Ankur have picked up after speaking to their sources that RDX could have been used. Now, ammonium nitrate prima facie is what police told our team. But if any trace of RDX has been found, then it changes everything. RDX is a military grade explosive. It can't be bought off the shelf. Ammonium nitrate can still be procured because it is in urea. It is utilized for agriculture purpose, but RDX getting smuggled into this country is an act of war, so to say, from across the border. Question number 3, are there more people? At least one more doctor has been detained. So there is a possibility that this module is still getting unraveled. And number 4, if forensically it is established that Dr. Umar indeed was the Fidayeen bomber, then who gave him that instruction to carry out this Fidayeen blast and how?
Exactly. Absolutely. And on that, we've been getting you more of this entire Jaish-inspired module that seems to be behind this entire blast. Our investigations editor Manoj Gupta has been piecing together this Maulvi Irfan, who has been caught in the web of the agencies after those posters came to light in Naugam in Kashmir. And then this cleric was brought to the fore and investigations were conducting. Now this cleric is believed to be at the heart of the radicalization that has gone on of medical students, even in government medical institutions, both the ones that are in Kashmir and also, of course, the likes of Al Falah University in Faridabad. This cleric Irfan is believed to be the one who was inspiring these medical students who later turned on to become doctors to carry out these attacks. And there is a definite imprint of a Jaish style, old school Jaish style Fidain attack module that has come to light. It seems there was an attempt to show the ability to conduct such blasts right in the heart of the national capital. For more on this, let me go across to my colleague Anshul, who's also joining us. Anshul, a lot of the investigation direction is going towards this Maulvi Irfan, who seems to be the primary radicalizer and also in contact with handlers in Afghanistan, apparently.
Definitely, but this still could just be the tip of the iceberg. There could be more such Maulvis who could have been carrying such operations across the country at this point in time as well, and there is no way to find out that exactly who are the people who are involved in this, and that is the reason why even as we are speaking at this point in time, the investigation into the ammonium nitrate that was recovered from Faridabad, which was recovered approximately 7 to 8 days ago. The 350 kgs of ammonium nitrate that was recovered 7 to 8 days ago, and even after that we are seeing that still those raids are underway. How many more people are involved? What is the exact involvement of this university? This is something that is being looked into. 6 more people have been taken into custody. The HR of this university is under the lens of the investigators because he's said to be that one person who has played a pivotal role in bringing people from Kashmir